Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon bringing you guys a holiday reading for twin flames. I know that some of you don't probably celebrate Christmas. There might be some people that celebrate Hanukkah, or maybe just not even all, or Yule, or whatever it is. But anyways, that's why I'm just going to say happy holidays, just to kind of include everybody in there, even though I do have a Santa over there. I traditionally celebrate Christmas, but it's not a religious holiday for me. It's just traditional. I just grew up that way. Anyways, I just want to first off say that I really appreciate everybody's wonderful comments lately, especially since my prior video I put up, not the short one, but I think the one before that, where I talked about some comments that were made to me, and everybody is just so cool about it, just so nice, so giving, so wonderful. So all of that outweighs the negativity. So moving forward, I don't plan to really talk about the negativity again. I really don't feel the need to even address it, because I think maybe I just needed that clarification for myself that, you know, if you guys aren't perceiving me in a negative way, then that's all that matters. So moving forward, that's just in the past. So anyways, I want to concentrate on the positive things. I want to concentrate on the positive people that I have met on this journey. I've met so many wonderful people and talked to so many different people with so many different stories. It's just really been mind-blowing and just really just wonderful. So I just want to say to everybody out there that I've either had conversations with, or that has, gotten a reading from me, people that have left just wonderful comments for me, just all of the support. I just feel so grateful. So I just want to say thank you so much to all of you out there. Anyway, so what we're going to do is I actually already shuffled the cards this morning, and I had a really fun time with this. I found an actual spread. It's called Yule Christmas Spread. So I will go ahead and read the different categories, but they mean specific things. And I literally used just a variety of decks that I was drawn to use. So you're going to see like a lot of different things going on here. But I thought it was really, really cool the way everything popped out. It made me really happy. So I hope it makes you guys happy too, and gives you a little gift for the holiday to take into 2018. Okay, so we're going to jump right into it. So the very first position here, we have the Divine Masculine on the left, as well as the Divine Feminine here on the right. So the first position is called the Star, and it is, what is your star? In parentheses, guiding light. So what is your guiding light? I thought it was really cool, because when I was asking this question, shuffling the cards, we actually had a star card pop up here. But I'm going to read this one first. So for the Divine Masculines out there, we have the Knight of Swords. And so I feel like this is a really beautiful thing, because this does have to do with thoughts. It has to do with communication. It has to do with delivering something, actually taking action. So we have the keyword change right there. So that is an indication that the Divine Masculines are going to be guided to actually make some changes in their life. Changes in the way that they're possibly thinking or viewing things, changing the way that they're going about their life. I mean, that's really, really positive. So definitely some changes in the way that they've been thinking or viewing things for a really long time that may have kept them very stuck. Then we have this card, which is Angel of Guidance. Hello, the star. What is your guiding light? Angel of Guidance with that star on her forehead. It says a renewed sense of direction and purpose will soon manifest. Oh my gosh, I just thought that was really cool. So anyways, that's what the Divine Masculine has around him, is the Angel of Guidance right now. So they have some special attention. I mean, we all have guides and angels helping us all the time. But the Divine Masculine in this case has a special Angel of Guidance around him, guiding him to make these necessary changes that he needs to make, not only in his mind or with his thought process or whatever that may be, but also trying to get him to take some proper action moving forward into 2018, hopefully. Okay. And this little card here is just a cute little message here. It says, cast away your concerns, come rest in my embrace. So again, he wants to embrace something here. Even if he is not aware at this time that it is in fact his Divine Feminine, he wants to have that connection with another. Now, the only person that he's really going to have that connection with, that true embracing, that true just unconditional love, is with his Divine Feminine. But again, it doesn't always have to be her. I'm not saying that to take away from that fantasy, of course, that he's coming to you. 2018 is it? Not at all. But I'm just saying, you know, he may have to get through some certain things and make some changes before he even wakes up and sees his divine feminine as that person that he wants to be. And sometimes we need to kiss a lot of frogs and a lot of toads before we get to our prince. I know that's for divine feminines, but I'm just saying that could be the way that it is for divine masculines too. He may have had to go through certain things before he could really, truly honor the union between him and his divine feminine, that's truly where he wants to come home to, is in rest in her embrace. So I feel that the divine masculine right now, with these cards coming up so far, is really depicting him, that he's very guided right now by the star, this angel of guidance. He's guided right now to take the proper action and to make the proper changes, so that way he can wake up to this divine connection between him and his divine feminine. So now for the divine feminine here. So we have the card of regret, which is 5 of Cups, but I love it when it's reversed, okay? Because when it's upright, it's very sad, it's very heavy. But when it's reversed, I love it because the cups are also reversed. And so that means that whatever regret was in those cups is now being poured out. Okay, so she's changing the way that she thinks about things. She's being guided right now to change her way of thinking and feeling. It doesn't have to be so heavy. It doesn't have to be so negative, okay? And because she's been in a lot of pain, because she's had a lot of hardships, going through a lot of heavy emotions, the God of Indulgence is with her right now, which is her guiding light, saying that it's all right. Stop beating yourself up. A little indulgence and balance is healthy. So I think a lot of divine feminines may have not been enjoying themselves. Maybe they have been saving themselves for the divine masculine. Now, in no way, shape, or form, again, am I saying that she should go out and, you know, play the field. I'm not suggesting that, because some of you have no interest in that, and I don't blame you. But what I'm trying to say is that maybe you haven't been taking care of yourself. Maybe you have just really been concentrating only on the pain and the sadness and the regret of this situation with your divine masculine. And so you really haven't had a chance to take care of you or do things that are fun, okay? It's time to bring back that balance. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. So the thing is, it's all about balance here. So this could be very imbalanced right now for the divine feminine. And that's why it's coming up as the star that is guiding her. It is guiding her to start taking better care of herself, to start enjoying her life instead of living in this headspace of regret, okay? Your divine masculine is being guided to make those proper changes. You are also being guided right now to indulge a little bit, have a little bit more fun that you've been having lately. It's time to balance things out. It's time to balance this relationship out, actually, because it supports and it challenges you. So yes, you feel very challenged by your divine masculine right now. Absolutely. This is supposed to be challenging. This is how you're going to do a lot of soul growth. This is how he's going to grow. That's what this whole thing is about, is to just grow at that accelerated rate and to get to the good stuff of, you know, having that unconditional love for another human being. So the thing is, while it challenges you, it's got to support you too. It has to. It can't just be lopsided to where it's only challenging you, is what your angels are saying right now. So it's about getting that proper balance back within yourself, divine feminines. Let this connection work for you. It doesn't have to be such a negative for some of you. I know some of you feel so bogged down with these sad feelings and just all these negative feelings that are popping up. Use them in a positive way. It doesn't have to be doom and gloom, okay? So that's what Spirit's saying right now, is just really balance this relationship. It can be a beautiful journey. It can be a supportive situation. It can be supportive and challenging at the same time. Learn to balance these energies that are here for you. Learn to pour out these cups of regret, because you don't need to carry them anymore. You do not have to concentrate on those cups full of sadness and regret. Now, this isn't going to apply to all of you. Some of you may be in a very good headspace, and I've actually had communication with a lot of you that are in a really good headspace. So if that does not apply to you, again, if it doesn't resonate, don't take the information. But this is just for those people that are finding this journey very challenging and very difficult at this time. So now we're going to move on into the next cards. And I'm going to put those aside. I normally like to have all of these cards laid out beautifully beforehand. but it just is what it is, so bear with me. Okay. All right, now, so this particular position is called the candle. What are you hopeful about? So this is what the divine masculine is hopeful about. And I thought this was really interesting. Very, very, made me very happy. So he is very hopeful about, let's see, Page of Swords. Now it does come up reverse. So this just tells me that he actually is really thinking heavily about communicating with you divine feminines. Okay. So we want it upright here. So he is struggling. Again, I do sense with a lot of the readings that I've done, you know, just for a lot of not only twin flames, but just when I do these readings for you guys, a lot of the same themes keep coming up. And the theme is that there's a lot of divine masculines out there that may be afraid to communicate because maybe they've done something to the divine feminine that they feel that they will not be forgiven or that they won't be welcomed with open arms, etc. The way they went about ending the situation or whatever was not necessarily on the up and up. So they're having some feelings of, you know, resistance, I guess, with that, which is why that card is coming up. So they're thinking, they're very much in their heads about communicating, which the Page of Swords for me is a card of a communicator. Okay. So they are thinking about communicating. They're hopeful that there could be communication between the two of you. But again, it's a little strained for them. They're still in kind of a debate about it. But look at the beautiful card that's right underneath, Twin Flames. And this deck, this is the only card that says Twin Flames. So I love this because he does want to communicate with you because he feels the special connection and the special pull towards you. Some of the divine masculines out there may be aware of what twin flames are. They might be aware of these concepts. Some of them may not even be aware of that at all, but they still feel a pull to you and they don't know what that is. They don't understand it, but they still feel that draw. All right. Then we have the God of spiritual healing. This says an aspect of you or a situation in your life is in need of healing. Wow. So it's like he is hopeful to be able to want to come together with you and heal that part of himself as well as giving you that healing too. Somewhere in his mind, in his heart, in his soul, he is hopeful about coming together with you at one point in time, however long that is away in the future. He wants the ability to be able to heal what happened between the two of you. He wants to be able to speak his truth about what he did and why he did it. But also he wants to hear you speak your truth. Again, we do have some conflict. I'm not sure that he's 100% ready, but he does feel hopeful about it. It's kind of like he's teetering on being hopeful, but he's not sure. So to me, that's beautiful that it's coming up because all of these cards are very positive. This one is the only one that's challenging, but I think he's just a little reserved right now. He's still trying to work things out in his head, which, you know, men are going to be a little bit more reserved and careful about the actions that they take. Us women tend to, and I don't have to tell you guys this, we act on emotion, and so we just go with our hearts. So anyways, that makes sense for me for what the divine masculine is hopeful about for 2018. That's awesome. What about the divine feminines? What is she hopeful about? Now, this is really interesting to me because I feel that the divine feminines, and this doesn't go for everybody, but the divine feminines have been very focused in 2017 and probably years prior to this on the divine masculines. It's like it's their entire existence. That's what they live for. They're either back and forth with the divine masculine, or they're constantly thinking about it, or just kind of connected to it. And it hasn't really been working for them in a positive way. They haven't really seen any positive results with the way that they've been handling things. Maybe some of you have, but maybe some of you haven't. So that would be for you guys. What I'm seeing here for the divine feminine and what she's going to be hopeful about in 2018, she's going to be working on herself in the material world. She's building something. She's tending to her garden. She's tending to her dreams, her coins. She's tending to the things that she can harvest that are in the physical world, okay? So her focus really isn't necessarily going to be tied up so much in 2018 and the way that she has already been tied up with him, okay? She's finding that by working on herself and by putting more focus on her, that she's actually going to be able to start building things. This is beautiful. God of arts. The artist within you is about to emerge. So for some of you, you guys are just dying to get that creativity that's just pouring through your veins right now out, to share that, to start living out your dreams. If some of you have had these creative ideas for a long time, and this connection has inspired you now to start living out your dreams, that's a gift. And so in 2018, you start to live out your dreams. You start to just use these passions that you have. Again, it could be connected to your divine masculine. This is beautiful. This is about using this connection in a positive way to inspire you to grow and to get in touch with who you really are. Again, it doesn't have to be doom and gloom, these connections. You can utilize this beautiful energy that's being gifted to you right now from the divine masculine, even if he's not aware that that's what he's doing. Just being a part of you, being a part of your life, being a part of this journey with all the pain and all the glory and all of the things that are in between has propelled you to want to start looking at yourself and to say, hey, you know what? I've got something to share with the world too. I've got some things that I need to tend to. It's not all about this union. It's not all about when we're going to reunite. It's about me working on myself and being the best version of myself that I can possibly be. And that's where the divine feminines are going to be in 2018. Maybe not everyone, but for some of them, yes. So you're going to be really looking at your talents and how you can share them with the world. I know I've talked about this many times. I know there's a lot of you that are writing books right now. This is about really getting in touch with that. I am currently writing a book, and that is all just divinely orchestrated through this connection. So I'm speaking from personal experience on that one. And then other creative projects that I just really never thought of doing before. Now I'm doing it, and it's all connected to this. Okay, I would not be here where I am today if it weren't for this connection. So to me, it's something to be celebrated. But what I think what's really interesting here, okay, what is the divine feminine hopeful about? She's hopeful about her future when it comes to creating things. And for some of you, if it's not creative, it could just be building yourself up in the material world. You know, go after something bigger in the material world, a better job, or just a job that makes you happy rather than making a lot of money. You may decide that doing something that you love is a little bit more important than making a shit ton of money, okay? But what I love is that your divine masculine, you become very attractive to the divine masculine, okay? He secretly admires you from afar. Now, this just came through when I started talking about this. Not only is that your divine masculine, but for some of you, you become attractive to the outside world. Some of you may not even care about that. It might not even be something that you're even going to pay attention to. But for some of you, because of how long this union may be on hold or whatever, you guys might decide to go into other situations. A personal choice for the time being. Your energy will be radiating at such a high frequency that you will literally attract love and passion and people that are just looking at you and just going, wow, what? There's something about you that she's just on fire right now. So very attractive, but I definitely see this attractive pull from your divine masculine because you're not concentrating on this anymore. You're not concentrating on the issues or what he's doing or he's not doing. You're now focusing on you. And so what that does is it lightens up this energy pull between the two of you. It's no longer repellent. It's actually attracting him now. So this has to do with the law of attraction. It's very plain and simple. When we concentrate and we focus on what we don't have, it's almost like the universe keeps giving us more of what we don't have. So it's really about being clear and focused about you and what you're doing and what your dreams are, etc. So we're going to move on into the next category here. Okay. So some of these cards popped out in several. So the divine feminine got a lot more than the divine masculine on this one. Okay. So this particular position, this is the wreath. What is your vision for the future? Where do you see yourself next year at this time? So I think this is interesting because what we have coming up for the divine masculine right away, he has no freaking idea. He's confused, and he may remain a little confused, and he may remain not sure what he wants to do long term, okay? Not only with the divine feminine, but also within himself. He doesn't know. He's not clear right now. I do see the divine feminine as being much clearer when it comes to these things. Oh, you know what? That is wrong. These two right here were upright when I drew them. So he's very confused. He's not sure where he's going to be in a year from now, because he's just not clear about anything. I mean, that doesn't go for all divine masculines, but the ones that I'm picking up on are just very watery right now in their thinking. They have a lot of decisions to make. They have a lot of either chapters to close or a lot of growing or healing that needs to be done. And because of that, they really don't know. And I think it's interesting because we says only time will tell. So when we're talking about where does he see himself in a year from now, only time will tell. He has no freaking idea. Okay. So the angel of self-worth is with him at this time. You are currently undervaluing yourself. It is time to regain your self-worth. So he may be working on some self-worth issues in 2018. Okay. He might not feel good enough right now about himself to really even make any necessary changes. So I'm seeing right now for him, it's a little bit of a negative on his part when it comes to where does he see himself? It's not a clear vision. There's certain things that he needs to work on within himself, and then time will tell where he's going to be at in 2018. For the divine feminine, complete opposite. I really feel, and this doesn't go for every single divine masculine and feminine out there, or every twin flame connection, but what I'm channeling today, this is what I am getting. I am getting that in 2017, and I'm just using that as a year, okay? That the divine feminines have been very focused on their divine masculines. Great, it's not a negative, but they've been focused, some of them have been focused in such a way to where it hasn't really served them in a positive. It's really just caused them a lot of grief and a lot of pain. They've been focused on the wrong thing. So it's been a very confusing journey for some of you divine feminines out there. But what I'm saying, and it seemed at that time that the divine masculines were just coming up. They were doing their thing. They were with other people. They seemed to be riding the wave of success, whatever. And that's great, maybe because we were holding them in that positive light, that we were lending them that strength while we were down, whatever. But what I'm saying here is that I see quite the opposite going on in 2018, because I already drew these cards. So some of these future positions are really going to showcase for you. The divine masculine is going to be more of a dark night of the soul going through 2018. He's really going to be dealing with some heavy emotions and clearing. The divine feminines here are going to just really be concentrating on them. They're going to be more focused on themselves and how they're in the material world is what I'm saying. Their careers, their bodies, their self-confidence, their self-esteem, all those things seem to be very, very intact. They're very comfortable. So if you guys don't feel that way right now, I just want to say that is a projected thing for 2018. You can manifest this right now by believing this, okay? So that was for the divine masculine. Now for the divine feminine, this is what we have for her. This is her vision where she sees herself. Page of Cups. So I want to say for some of you, you're going to just continue to kind of reflect on this union. You're going to reflect on your emotions for one, okay? To emotionally mature and to develop those emotional skills that will be, helpful for being able to feel more secure within yourselves rather than needing it from an outside source, etc. But this to me is the divine masculine. Now the divine masculine is showing up here as a Pisces. So for some of you, we could be talking about a Pisces. This isn't for everybody. That's just a special message for anybody that has a divine masculine out there that's a Pisces. So this is somebody who is really going to be in a time of reflection, and you know it. You know they need time to grow. You know they need time to reflect. It's almost like you're okay with it. You're calm. You're not worried about it. Okay, you're not worried about it because you know that the connection is eternal between the both of you, so it ain't going nowhere. All right, you know that he loves you. You know that that you love him. Again, you know it's not going anywhere. You know it's meant to be, whether it's tomorrow or next year or whenever. Okay, you know it's meant to be. So you have this all-knowing confidence. So you're not real worried about it. And the reason why is because we've got the Four of Discs. Now, the Four of Discs is all about holding on to something or letting something go. But for me, the message is coming through is that you're going to be letting go. You're not going to be so tightly gripped and have such a tight grip and hold on the divine masculine anymore in the 3D. You're going to start letting go. Energetically, no. You are going to still be emotionally connected. You are still going to do that work in the 5D. You're going to still feel the soul connection. You're still going to nurture it. That's not going anywhere. But what I'm talking about is in the 3D world, you're not going to be so focused anymore. Maybe you're going to stop looking at social media. Maybe you're going to stop getting, triggered by things that you see in the 3D or that you know or whatever. You're going to be more focused on yourself and what you have and what you're building and what you're working on, not what he's doing. Because it's an illusion anyways. A lot of us look at other people and look at other situations and we get so caught up with what we're perceiving. And that might not even be the case for some of you. So what I'm saying is that maybe some of you just need to kind of pull away from what you're seeing in the 3D for a while because it's not serving you in a positive way. But I already do see this for the Divine Feminine. She's going to do it. What we have is God of conflict resolution. You are being encouraged to walk away from a current conflict. Look what I just said there. So that coincides with this. You're going to choose to walk away and disconnect in the 3D. And I'm talking about thoughts. Some of you twin flames out there may very well be in each other's space. So you are either forced to see each other, or you are in fact friends, or just in each other's environment. So it's not necessarily about separating on a physical level. It's about mental. It's about thinking about things in the 3D. It's like walking away. All it's doing is creating conflict for you. Why would you subject yourself to this constantly moving forward? So when we talk about what is your vision for the future, where you're going to be in 2018, I see you disconnecting from the drama. I see you disconnecting from all of the illusions, I guess, of the 3D world. And really, you're just going to connect with him on that emotional level deep within yourself. And again, reflection, I love it. That's a twin flame thing for me. Anything that has to do with reflecting, mirroring, all those things, that is exactly what this connection is. You're reflecting on each other. You're reflecting back and forth, mirroring the situation. And again, for me, it's a mirror because in 2017, maybe we were here, Divine Feminines, and now your Divine Masculine is over here. So you guys have kind of just done the switcheroo there. It's now time for him to go through these things. It's now time for him to experience what you've experienced in 2017. So that's a beautiful thing. And not that we're happy about that. Not like we're like, serves you right, sucker. It's not like that. It's just, now it's his turn. It's his turn to do some work. It's his turn to really get in touch with these inner things that may be dark. It may be very unpleasant, but we've had to go through it too. But what we have here is answered prayer. Your prayers are going to be answered, Divine Feminines. You're not worried about it. That's what I'm saying. So even if you don't feel this way right now, take this as an affirmation even. You're not worried about it because you already know the way it's all going to play out. And you're so confident about it that you're not worried about anything more. You're just detaching. You're detaching mentally. And when I say that, you don't have to detach emotionally. And of course, yes, our thoughts do affect our emotions, but you're going to be more of a pure emotional sense. You're not going to be concentrated here. You're going to be concentrated here. I know the love is real. I know this. I know it's eternal. I know at some point we're going to be together again. I'm worried about it. I'm just not worried about it. The God of conflict resolution. That's how he's telling you right now how you're going to resolve this conflict within yourself. Detach from that shit. Okay? Now, we're moving on. This is going to be a longer reading. It just can't be helped. Which means the uploading time is going to take forever. But whatever, it's worth it. Okay. So now this particular position is called the shepherds. What are you tending or watching over? I was so happy when I saw this one. Because what is the divine masculine watching over? He's watching over the divine feminine. I just love this because how is he seeing her? Look at this, divine feminines. Look at this. He is seeing you as his queen. He is seeing you with your shit together. He is seeing you in the material world, building yourself up. And that's exactly where we already know you're going to be in 2018 if you're not already there. You're just going to continue on this beautiful path of working on yourself. You are going to be coming up. And it's not all about money. That's not what I'm even suggesting. What I'm saying is this is about building up yourself, your confidence levels, who you are as a woman, feeling good in your own skin, accepting yourself, standing up for yourself, not taking bullshit anymore, all those things. He's going to see you as a very strong, stable person, okay? And also what I get from the Queen of Discs too is she's the mother. She takes care of him. She nurtures him. She's warm to him, okay? So what is he going to be tending and watching over? Even if he doesn't come back to you in 2018, what I'm really feeling is that he is going to know that's where he belongs. And he's going to look inside of himself. That's what he's going to do. He's going to examine what is causing him to feel the way that he does. Why is he constantly being pulled? Or why is he rejecting her? He is going to look inside of himself in 2018, you guys. He's going to. We've got the Goddess of Justice, which is what seems as an injustice is actually a blessing. So really what seems to not be working, or all the issues or problems or the things that have happened between the two of you, it's going to finally be a blessing. It's going to be the aha moment of, oh my gosh, it finally makes sense to me now. While I've either been back and forth with this person or why I rejected her for so long, now that he's taken a look inside of himself, he finally wakes up. He finally gets it. All right. Awesome. I love it. So this is the Divine Feminines here, and this is what she's going to be tending over. So what I'm seeing here with this, the twos, which is a couple, I believe this is the Divine Feminine and Masculine. She's still going to be looking at this opposition. She's still looking at it as, okay, we're not together, got it. But she finds peace within it. She's not going to let it be an opposing force in her mind anymore. It's no longer going to be a conflict for her. She's going to detach from that way of thinking. And instead, she's going to be looking at things in a very positive way. Angel of Manifestation, your efforts, determination, and perseverance will pay off. So she knows that as long as she remains strong and convicted in the things that she's doing and the things that she's saying and in the things that she's thinking, it's all going to work out anyway. She's not worried about it. That's what I'm saying. It's all about the Divine Feminines. They're going to be so strong in 2018. So for some of you out there who are thinking to yourself, there's no freaking way. I have not felt this way at all. Or there's no way I'm going to feel good about this. There's no way I'm going to be able to, push through this. Yes, you are. It's absolutely coming. You just have to believe that. You have to get into that mind space. You have to realize that you will manifest this situation. You will manifest your reality. So what you put into it is what you are building. So if what you're putting into it is positive and loving, and I'm not talking about in a pansy ass kind of way where it's just like, you're delusional and you're not thinking about reality ever and you're in the clouds. That's not what I'm talking about, okay? I'm talking about empowered thinking. I'm talking about thinking in terms of that you deserve good in your life. That you are a strong woman, that you feel good about yourself, that you deserve something higher. So if you deserve something higher than what your Divine Masculine is radiating right now, just putting out those manifestations helps him elevate to that manly level. It helps him elevate to the king status that you need him to be. But you've got to put positive thoughts and positive thinking into that too. You've got to help not only yourself, but by thinking of him in those positive terms, it's not wishful thinking. It's helping to elevate and raise him to that king status that you need him to be in, if that makes sense. Makes sense to me. It might not make sense to you guys. But anyways, what we have here is friendships. So for some of you, you might just be friends right now with the Divine Masculine. That might just be as good as it gets for now. Honor the friendship. Honor the connection. Even if you guys aren't able to be romantically involved, even if it's just this friendly exchange, honor it anyways. Don't cut it away just because it's not exactly what you want at this time. He needs time to look inside of himself. He needs time to wake up to this. Some of them may still be asleep, not awakened. So this is going to take time for him to realize the queen that's sitting in front of him. This is the person he wants to be with. This is the person that he either A, wants to marry, have children with, start a family with, combine his family with, or just somebody he wants to share a freaking home with and live out the rest of his life with. I mean, that's what I'm saying is he's going to come to this realization. But how you handle yourself in the meantime is so key. It's so important, divine feminines. So don't stay in this spot of we're not together. He's this way and I'm this way. It's never going to work. That kind of thinking is not going to serve you in a positive way. Again, it's not deluding yourself by having positive thoughts. It's not deluding yourself thinking that there is actually a chance that you can have here. It is about raising the vibration, and you have the angel of manifestation around you right now. So that is just a clear indicator of how powerful your energy is at this time when it comes to you watching over this union. So you're kind of like, your divine masculine's keeper. You're making sure that what you're manifesting for the both of you is on a positive level. You're not only manifesting things for yourself, you're manifesting things in his world too. And it's all positive. It's all through positive speech and thinking, etc. It's so powerful. So now we're going to go into some other cards here. So I was just drawn to draw some cards here that had to... These are the Mystical Cats Tarot. And I just love cats, if some of you don't know that. I have 5. But anyways, this is such a cute deck. I don't use it a lot because it doesn't represent people, obviously. So it might be hard to kind of identify with. But I just felt drawn to use it for this because this was the angel. And for me, my cats are my earth angels. They really are. They're my soulmates. They're my soul family. They are like angels in disguise for me. And maybe that might identify with some of you out there too. Could be dogs, could be other animals, but animals, period. Anyways, the point is, this is what messages that your angels have for you at this time when it comes to 2018. Okay, now what's funny is that when I was shuffling and asking this question, I did it in reverse. I asked about the divine feminines first, not the divine masculines, and this is the card that popped out. I know that's probably going to be blurry, too close, but this one here is the 10 of Earth, which is 10 of Pentacles. I love it. So do you see all those cats? This is my home. Okay, that spoke volumes to me. That's my house, all right? I've got cats everywhere, and boy, does it make me happy. So this is just a sign. It's a sign of just being in your own environment and feeling so good about what you see around you, what you've built up, the beautiful home that you share with either just your family, a friend, or just yourself and your animals, or just yourself regardless, okay? But it's about being really, really happy in your own environment. And that's just that that hopeful reminder that if you don't feel this way right now, that's coming for you. That's coming for you in 2018. Now, this was really funny. So when I asked about the divine masculines, these are the cards that showed up. We've got the demon cat. Oh my gosh, I think that's so funny. But this is the devil in traditional tarot. So what he's going to be dealing with in 2018, and the devil does come up for the divine masculine quite a bit. And I believe it's because the divine masculines, some of them may be very still stuck in the ego, the illusion of the physical world, shackled to karmic relationships possibly. For some, it may be addictions. It could just be really living out in their ego where they're not even in touch with their spiritual side at this point, okay? So that's what a real struggle is going to be. So I believe that the demon cat's coming through as just kind of like that reminder that, you know what, throughout all this whole journey for the divine masculine, the angels do have a special message when it comes to this conflict. Here, this is actually a card of conflict. This is called the 7 of Sky, which is 7 of Air, 7 of Swords. Now, if some of you know what the 7 of Swords card is, it's usually a card where someone is sneaking around or trying to get away with something. Now, this could be the behavior of the divine masculine, or it could in fact be behavior that's going on around him. So why I feel that this is coming up in conjunction together is because it's about really getting clear about what the hell he's doing. If he is displaying this behavior, it's about asking himself, why am I on this pattern? Why do I deal with situations in this way? Why do I feel the need to lie? Why can't I be upfront and honest about what I'm doing? Why am I constantly having to hide? It could also be that there's other people in his environment that are not being their true authentic self. And it's about him needing to wake up to these connections that are around him that might be keeping him down. The devil also has to do with dependency on other people. There could be a karmic situation going on for him right now where somebody is really just kind of out to do him harm, and he may not be awakened to that just yet. So I believe the reason that this is coming up is for a variety of messages for the divine masculines. If they are engaged in this behavior, this angel is with them through 2018 to help them with this, but also to help them wake up and see someone else that might be around them that is not for their highest good. So that is that. Now we're going into, let me just gather them all up. This is the Wassail, and I don't even know what the heck that means, but I don't need to. It's okay. Okay, this was for the divine masculine here. Man, this is going to be a long reading. For some of you that don't enjoy these longer readings, I'm so sorry. But it couldn't be helped. Okay, and this is not straight. It's driving me crazy. Okay. And my Christmas music in the background keeps stopping. Sorry, holiday music. Okay, so the Wassail. I'm going to have to look it up. I should have looked it up before I started this reading. This has to do with how will you find joyfulness in the coming year? Okay. So for the divine masculine, how is he going to find joy in the coming year? He is going to find joy in acting on his emotions. Okay. He is going to find joy with sharing his cup with another. Is that the divine feminine? I think it is, because we have sacred union there. That's the sacred union between the two of you. So I'm going to be inclined to say yes. But he's got to act on this. So if he wants it, he's going to have to move towards his divine feminine. He's going to have to make the gesture. He's going to have to come to her maybe. Maybe she's not ready to come to him. Maybe she isn't sure if she should go to him. So she's waiting for him to come to her. He's got to make a move. And it does have to do with her because we have that. But what's interesting is we also have the Wait card here. So it comes up here with the Moon. This is about dark night of the soul. This is about dark times for somebody, okay? It does have to do with deception and lies as well, but it's just about kind of coming out of that dark phase with yourself. And I think it's interesting that it's connected with angel of addictive healing. This is a time of positive transformation and healing. So this is about battling his demons. The devil just came up for him previously, so this has to do with him really taking the time to heal himself and rid himself of these addictions, which is why I see that this one is saying, wait, don't rush into action just right now. He needs to heal this part of himself first before he offers his cup back to the divine feminine. So that's what's going to bring him joy, is to get rid of all this crap so that way he can get back into union with his divine feminine. For the divine feminine here, what we have for her is we have what's going to bring her joy. Foundations, just building, being creative, building up her foundation. She already got the Four of Pentacles. So for me, it's all about her foundations right now. This could have to do with family, friends, whatever she's built up for herself, whatever she's able to enjoy because of what she's built up. She is just going to be feeling really good. That's going to bring her a lot of joy this year. And it's going to give her a chance to just really emerge. The real her is going to emerge through just building these foundations and these manifesting things that she is bringing into her reality. The dreams that she's always had, they are becoming a reality. She is manifesting the life that she wants. And again, I'm not seeing that she's super concentrated on the union. I see the divine masculine more concentrated on the union. So like I said, it's flip-flopped here. It's reversed for 2018 for some of you. But yeah, she's really just working on her, pulling herself up out of the ashes, being her true authentic self, expressing herself in a very authentic way, and really just enjoying her entire journey. She's feeling really good. She's manifesting. She's taking her dreams and she's pushing them through into reality. I mean, it's amazing. So now we're going to go into the Magi, which is what gifts are being offered from Spirit right now. So these are gifts straight from Spirit for the divine masculine and feminine. And these are cool cards. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Don Miguel Ruiz, I believe his name is. But he is the guy that wrote the Four Agreements and the Mastery of Love. Great books if you guys have not read them. So that we have 4 agreements with people when we come into, this existence. And so I'll go ahead and read the front and the back for these. So this is what the Magi has. This is the gift that the Magi, so Spirit, has for the Divine Masculine. Always do your best, which is honor yourself. It says, honor the man that you are. Well, sorry, man or woman. Honor the man or woman, whichever you Divine Masculines identify with, no, wow, I just totally destroyed that. Honor the man or woman that you are. Take the risk to express your dream. Taking action is about living fully and expressing what you are. Honor yourself. So this is about giving the Divine Masculine the strength to honor his dreams, to be his true authentic self. Okay, that's exactly what that's indicating there. It's about, I love it that we have the king, okay, the crown. That's what the Divine Masculine, that's what we want them to kind of graduate into, is that status of king, all right, which represents, somebody being mature and in their full manhood, understanding, etc. So it's about honoring himself and taking action and living in his full authentic self, expressing himself in his dreams. So that's what the Spirit has as far as a gift for the Divine Masculine at this time, is to just honor and respect himself. And then we also have, don't take things personally. See other people as they are. Now, this just came up for the Divine Masculine. I haven't even read the back yet, but this has to do with seeing people for who they really are. When you see other people as they are without taking it personally, you can never be hurt by what they say or do. Even if others lie to you, it is okay. They are lying to you because they are afraid you will discover that they are not perfect. It's a very spiritual, loving way to look at it. But that's what the Divine Masculine has in store for him in 2018, is for Spirit really pushing him to take those rose-colored glasses off and to see things for how they really are. But in doing so, it does have a very loving message that goes with it, okay? So I'm not going to get too deep into that. So for the Divine Feminine, this is what Spirit has for her. Speak with integrity. Be impeccable with your word. It says, say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. This is all about the law of attraction. The Divine Feminine is really going to be aware of how she's saying things and how she's thinking about things, because that is in fact going to create her reality. Wow. Be aware of unconscious assumptions. Don't make assumptions. Assumptions are made so fast and unconsciously most of the time because we have agreements to communicate this way. We have agreed that it is not safe to ask questions. We have agreed that if people love us, they should know what we want or how we feel. Don't make assumptions about anything. Don't make assumptions that somebody knows exactly how you feel or what you need or what you want or even what you're thinking. Because once we do that, we're always disappointed because people are living their lives at their understanding or just with the tools that they have at the time. That's what they're fully capable of at that time. So, this is one of my biggest things. I take things so personally sometimes. And when I find myself doing it, it's at my level of understanding, which other people may not be at. Does it make me any higher or lower? It's just we're at a completely different wavelength. So the Divine Feminines are really going to be aware of not making assumptions when dealing with their Divine Masculines and just people in general, and speaking with more integrity, choosing their words and their thoughts very, very wisely. Divine Masculine is going to be taking off those rose-colored glasses and seeing things for how they really are, and he's really going to be honoring himself and being more in that authentic part of himself. So that's beautiful from Spirit. Okay, so I was drawn to use some more cat tarot. Okay. There we go. All right, so what we have here for the Divine Masculines, and my music keeps turning off. I get it. Okay, so this has to do with the child. This is how God is showing up. The universe, Spirit, whatever you guys identify with, is showing up in the Divine Masculine's life. And this is for the Divine Feminine. She got 5. So this is almost like how Spirit is guiding you and how they're showing up for you. Your angels, your guides, God, universe, all that. Okay. So what we have for the Divine Masculine here, how is it showing up for him? It's showing up for him in the material world. Okay? So that's how Spirit's showing up for him. This is how he's being guided, is to take steps in the physical material world. Now, as we know, the Knight of Pentacles is that slow-moving energy, okay? Because they're very methodical with each step that they take. So that's okay. So for some Divine Feminines out there, you might be really wanting something to happen at a quick, accelerated rate. You're growing. You got a lot going on here. You're moving forward fearlessly for some of you. Why can't he get his shit together? Divine Masculine is just dealing with things a little bit differently. Doesn't make it wrong, doesn't make it right, it's just different. But that's how he's Spirit showing up for him, is evidence in the physical world. The Divine Feminine here is all about the intuition and her feelings and her faith. It's a little bit different for some of the Divine Masculines out there. They may wake up to that, but they're just not there at this moment, at least what's coming through here. This is all having to do with new opportunities that present themselves in the material world. So again, we have a lot of materialism so far. And we also have the 2 of Earth, which is the 2 of Pentacles. For me, this is a twin flame card. So how Spirit is showing up is he will be guided. He will be guided back to this union. He certainly will. Oh, look at this. I just saw this. This is the Sky Queen. This is the air sign queen. So if some of you air sign females, this might be a special message for you, but it's not only for you. But yeah, they're being guided back to you. It's a slower process than the one you're on, but that's where he's being guided. Spirit is guiding him back to this union, guiding him back to this understanding, guiding him to work on himself in the material world, so that way you can have this new beginning with him. This is a beautiful new beginning with the Divine Masculine. That's what they're being guided to do right now. That's how Spirit is showing up in his life, is showing him signs in the physical world. So if he sees things, it's not going to be so much about feeling like it is for you, but he's actually going to see things that are going to either remind him of the Divine Feminine, that are going to just make him believe something. It's going to have to be almost tangible. For Divine Feminines, it's going to be a little bit different. It's all about the intuition, psychically knowing, trusting those inner hunches, that divine guidance that she knows is just true. That's how Spirit is going to show up for her. Okay? We also have Earth Kitten. This has to do with ideas in the physical world, projects, creativity, job, just working in the material world. So this is another way she's going to be guided on this path with her ideas. She's going to be creatively inspired. Earth Queen. This is the Queen of Pentacles. This already came up for the Divine Masculine. He is going to see her as the Queen of Pentacles. Dang. That is some strong energy coming through. That's a very solid energy coming through for her. Okay? So she is going to be guided to get into her full queenhood right here in that element. And then we have 4 of Earth. This is the second time she's gotten it, but in a different deck. She's going to be feeling mighty good in her material world. She's going to be feeling like she's got all of her ducks in a row. This is fantastic. And again, Spirit is going to help guide her in this process. So if you don't feel that way right now, Divine Feminines, you're going to be guided there. That's how Spirit's going to show up for you. Again, I love this. It's the star. This is divine guidance to me. This is about being led on a path. This is about angelic guidance guiding you, Spirit directly guiding you to all these things that we just talked about here. So this is beautiful. All right, and I was guided to use more of the Cat Tarot, so I did. And this has to do with, this is a source of rebirthing, all right? These are going to be in the ways that you're going to have to either battle these things in order to have a rebirthing process. I have no idea why I just did it like that. Oh. Okay. All right. So for the Divine Masculine, we have the Sky Kitten. This is the Page of Swords again, you guys. So this right here is what is going to be the rebirthing, what is going to take him to the next step on this journey to create some kind of change. So that way things can get better or just get moving. He's going to have to communicate, you guys. He's going to have to communicate with you. So that is a message directly for the divine feminines out there, that if he makes this contact, do not bite the hand. Okay? Don't smack it away. Don't smack it away. I'm not saying that you just have to be so understanding and so forgiving about all the bullshit. I'm not saying that. But you have to be receptive. You have to have this energy be somewhat soft, so that way he feels safe to have the conversation. And I know what I just said is probably going to piss somebody off out there, but it's just what's coming through, okay? This is the priest, which is the Hierophant. So again, I mean, this is, well, not really again, but this has come up before for him. This is about traditions. This is about marriage. This is about just institutions. It's just about tradition. It's about morality as well for me, just like what your morals are. So a source of rebirthing for him, how he's living his life right now is actually not for his highest good. It's not really lining up with what he's really, really wanting in the long term. So he is going to be guided to take those next steps in order to make these changes. He's going to have to be going through a rebirthing process. The way he's always been going about things just maybe isn't for his highest good. Right here, we've got this this card, Five of Fire, which is Five of Wands, struggle. And it's struggle with other people. But I see it's connected here to this Three of Wands, which the Three of Wands for me is where we are actually creating something in the physical, tangible world. And we are walking down a path, whether it is career or creativity or whatever. And it might have to do with other people. Now this Five of Cards card came up. It could have to do with other people. Your divine masculines could be in a line of work where it's very competitive, where they're really needing to stand out from other people. And they may be finding that hard right now. They're trying to find their way. And so because of this, there's just a lot of struggle going on within them. So a part of their path right now, a part of like their destiny and what they have to battle in order to rebirth and to have that, that death and rebirth process take place, they've got to communicate. They've got to start acting with more morals and integrity. And they have to find their way when it comes to some kind of either creative path or life purpose, something like that. It's going to be very, very important to them. And now what we have here for the divine feminines, I love this one. Okay, so I want to talk about this one first. This is the Seven of C, which is Seven of Cups. Okay, so we have all these options in front of this cat, and the cat doesn't know. There's too many bubbles, and he wants to swat them all, or she wants to swat them all, but she can't. Okay, she has to narrow her swatting down to one. And so that's really about just mental confusion and really getting clear about your thinking and your options and what you want to do. It's about getting more realistic with your approach as well. And so the divine feminine is going to be, instead of in that watery stage where she's very emotional and making decisions and thinking about things, she's actually going to change it, okay? We've got the Ten of Sky. This is a difficult card, Ten of Swords. But I do love it at the same time because it's very much like the Death card. It's very liberating. Something is just done. It's the end of a cycle, the 10. It's just the end of the cycle, and here's the struggle that goes along with it. Ten of Wands, man, it's been a freaking burden to carry all of the hardships of whatever happened here. All the betrayal, the lies, whatever, all the pain and heartbreak that has been created, whether it's with him or something else, it doesn't matter, whatever it is. That is speaking of a burden that the divine feminine no longer wants to carry. So once she lets this burden of all of this pain go, that's when her rebirthing is going to happen. That's going to cause her to get out of her emotional state so she can really focus and make some decisions. And that's exactly what she's going to do. She's got the Two of Wands here. She's looking out into the distance. She's starting to see things from a different perspective. She's actually starting to see hope, because see, before she was locked in that room, okay? She had those doors closed. Now she's opened them and she's looking off into the distance, and she's starting to see a future for herself. Whether that's with her divine masculine or feminine, with her, well, yeah, I guess either. But whether that is with the divine masculine, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's detaching from that expectation of the two of them needing to be together. She may want it, but she doesn't need it to happen. And if she doesn't need it to happen, she can work on herself. And she doesn't have all those expectations that could actually be preventing this union from coming back together. Because when we place those expectations on things, especially if they have all of these undertones of, burdens and anger and heartache and all these things, again, it's just an energy that is repellent to the other party that we have these things attached to. So it's just about her getting clear, no longer being in that emotional space within herself, and just really being okay with looking off into the distance and feeling confident and brave to walk through, new doors. And I'm not saying new doors with other people. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. And it's not about her leaving this twin flame journey. It's not about her giving up on her divine masculine. Not what I'm saying either. But she starts to look at things from more of a perspective of, she's got some shit she's got to work on too. She's got some things that she's been wanting to do for a while. Why not take advantage of this separation? If you're in fact in separation, why not take some time for yourself to do certain things that you've wanted to do all along? Doesn't have to all be about just focusing on when are you coming back together and when is this going to happen. And of course, those are valid feelings and they are valid questions, but it's not the focal point. The focal point needs to be more on you. And if you are feeling good and if you are feeling confident and you feel like you are on this journey and you're walking in a positive way, your divine masculine is going to have to meet that energetically. You guys are twins, so you guys are going to raise each other up. So the better you are, the more positive mind space that you're in, the better that you're feeling about your life. Your divine masculine will be raised up to that vibration. Your strength, you will lend that to him. You will pull him up. You will only help him. And vice versa. If he is walking his path right now and he's doing really well, that might be why you are just suddenly, like in 2017, damn, he had it together. He had it together, his career, he wasn't thinking about anything else. He wasn't thinking even about you maybe, but he was just getting his material things together. And that you didn't feel that way, obviously, but since he did that, all that work, now that lends you the strength for 2018. And again, I'm just using labels just as a marker point, but in 2018, now you can be lifted and start concentrating on all those things that he was concentrating on. And guess what? All that inner work that you did, all that pain that you were in, not that we're wanting him now to be in pain, but all that dark night of the soul work that you were doing in 2017, now it's his turn. Do you see what I'm saying? It goes back and forth. That way you guys can eventually be at the same spot. All right? Okay, this is definitely going over an hour. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what we have. Okay, so this was just one card. Yeah, this was just one card that I did each for one. Okay, so this has to do with the evergreen. What is a power that will last through the darkness? Kind of like what will be the guiding light from your angels? What will carry you through the darkness? I think it's interesting. We have the devil that shows up again. I mean, this isn't the devil, but this shows up again and as a representation of the underworld for the divine masculine. Okay. So it says something which no longer serves you is about to end. So things that he has been attached to in an unhealthy way, he is going to be guided to get rid of it. He is going to be guided to detach from it, to end the cycle, to end the unhealthy attachment. That's what he's going to be doing. So that's really, really positive for the divine masculine. But that just, again, that's that dark soul, nights of the soul journey thing that he's going to be going through. The God of the underworld is going to be with him, but it's going to be illuminating his path and showing him the things that no longer serve him. It's going to be showing him in ways where he can grow. Okay? The angel of families, this is what the the divine feminine, this is what she's going to have as her guiding light. Angel of families. Now, this isn't just about actual families, that you have blood relation to. These are spiritual families. These are spiritual friends. These are spiritual communities. This is where you're going to get your nourishment. And this has come up so many times for the divine feminine lately about just her tribe, her family, her soul group, all these things. That's where she is really going to be feeling guided, or it's going to be her guiding light through this dark time. Your divine masculine is in fact in a dark time, but he has this powerful God with him that is going to wake his ass up to the things that he needs to cut ties with. So for some of you divine feminines out there, this might be that your divine masculine this year in 2018 cuts ties with the karmic partner that he's been stuck with for quite some time and makes his way back to this reunion. Okay? So now, just 2 more positions left. Okay. Oh wow, that got really blurry. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so this has to do with Bethlehem. This is what parts of you are deep and dreamless. So what parts of you are sleeping? What parts are you missing? So this is kind of like what's not awakened within you just yet. I think it's really interesting. This Queen of Cups came up for the Divine Masculine. Special message for any of you water signs out there, but this applies to all Divine Feminines. Okay, intuition. So this is the thing. This is a very intuitive woman. This is somebody who you have a deep emotional connection with for the Divine Masculines. But again, he is not fully awakened to this just yet. The emotions that this woman is either, the caring and the nurturing and just all of the wonderful things that this woman has provided for him, he may not understand it yet. He may look at it and be repelled. He may look at it as being weak, as what he doesn't want, okay? Because that part of him is something that's broken, which is why I feel that the angel of clearing is coming out. There's something that needs to be healed within the Divine Masculine, and he hasn't quite gotten there just yet. Some emotional healing. There might be something tied to his past. Again, we have this reflection again. Wow. Give each other space at the moment. Your Divine Masculine needs time to reflect on these issues that he has. You, in fact, your personality, your connection, what you're giving to your Divine Masculine is not wrong. But what it does is it scratches some kind of, no, that's not the right phrase I want to use or description. It just invokes in him some kind of feeling that makes it very unpleasant. So what he does is he associates you with this unpleasant feeling because it's attached to something from his past, if that makes sense. So some of you may feel that your Divine Masculine doesn't care for you or doesn't want you, and he actually may have said this to you. He may have said things to you like this: I don't feel the same about you. I don't love you like that. I don't feel the same. Whatever. That is because there is some kind of inner thing going on. You're connected, and whatever you're bringing out in him, you're touching him in a way where it makes him feel very uncomfortable. And now it may have felt comfortable at first. I'm also guided to say this. It may have felt very comfortable at first. It may have been exactly the cup he wanted to drink of. It was so healing and beautiful to him at first. But then after a while, it became very uncomfortable. It made him feel a certain way to where it's, you guys, again, that's why this reflection is coming up, because it started to make him feel a certain way where he was now seeing something that he didn't like or something, okay? And because of that, what he ended up doing is he ended up rejecting you over it. He ended up almost like feeling repellent to you or against you or whatever. And he may have said those things to you, and you're just like, wait a second, what? How the hell can you go from loving me to just calling me an angel? Like I'm such a blessing in your life. I'm everything that you wanted. And now you're telling me that I'm not what you want, that you were whatever, caught up in the moment or any of those things. And you're just like, I don't understand how somebody can go from point A to like whatever, 1 to 100 in 90 seconds. I don't get it, but okay. So some of you Divine Feminines out there are very confused by what's happened here. And I don't blame you. I understand this completely. This is something that is still being worked out with the Divine Masculine right now. So I hope that what I just described to some of you, really, you understood what I just said, because that, I believe, is something that has happened to Divine Feminines where they seriously are so freaking confused. And this is something that they could take with them for a very long time and really take this information and use it in a very negative way. So it's created now some major blocks within the divine feminine that she also needs to clear. Okay. But this is a direct thing that happened with the divine masculine. He did this. Whatever he said to you, whatever he rejected, that he drank your cup and threw it back in your face. I'm just using these analogies. This has been so hurtful to you and so confusing to you. This has to be cleared now, okay? So this is something that still might not be understood or might not be 100% realized within the divine masculine. He may not even get what he actually did. He may not even understand what that freaking blow did to you, how it just completely blew your heart to shreds and your ego to shreds or whatever, okay? He might not even get it because he has not either been awakened or it has not been reflected back to him. What the hell did I just say, you guys? 2018, I'm telling you that this is a year where he will either go through things with other people or something having to do with this reflecting within himself in you, where he will feel this pain as well. I'm not saying the same exact pain, but this is what karma is. We're meant to learn from it. We're not meant to be punished by it. We're meant to be, learning from this. So whatever he puts you through, I feel he will go through a similar experience, which will make him go, whoa. Wow. And then he'll finally start to understand something. But what I also see is that he will start to understand that you're the kind of woman that he actually does want in his life. He may have had to go off and be with other women because he thought that's what he wanted, but it's not what he wanted. It hasn't made him happy. Your nurturing, your sensitivity, your unconditional love and compassion for him is exactly what he needs at this time in his life. He may be feeling very broken and he really needs that nourishment. I'm not saying that so he can make a pit stop with you and then go off again. That's not the kind of reconnection I'm talking about. But the angel of clearing is with him right now. So sorry I spent so much time on that one. I just felt very connected to that message. Moving on for the divine feminine, though, what we have for her is kind of like what she might be struggling with. Okay. Sacrifice. She might be struggling with the fact that this right now on her journey, it's a sacrifice. She may not be with her divine masculine right now. She might be feeling like, it's just a sacrificial mode. I don't know if I can handle it. I don't know if I can deal with this journey. I don't know if I can wait, whatever it may be. Okay. Nobody's wrong for feeling that way, just so you know, but they're also looking at things from a different perspective. They're being asked to look at things from a different perspective because the thing is, you're not standing straight up, so you can't really see things very clearly. You're upside down, so things are very obscured. Things are very unclear. And so it creates a lot of confusion. But what Spirit is saying there is that that's where you're asleep. You're not looking at things in the right way. You're looking at things in a negative, not a positive. It's time to change your thinking, especially when it comes to this connection. When it comes to this connection, you really, really need to realize that your love and your connection is on a soul level. It's not what you feel or see even in the material world. It really is about the soul connection, the soul love. But this connection, though, in the 3D, it's really about divine timing. I know you guys probably hate it when this card comes up. When the time is right, you will know. Trust and all will turn out well. I mean, I know it's kind of annoying because it's just one of those things in divine timing. I think somebody actually left a comment and says, divine timing, I want to punch it in the face. I thought that was so funny. Anyways, so yeah, but when it comes to this romance, because this is how you feel. I mean, you feel very romantic. You have a lot of romantic feelings, and that's not wrong, of course, that you feel this way. But it might make you feel very impatient. It might make you want to go against the grain of divine timing. It may cause you to want to try to control how this is all going to come about. And that's not what it's about. You guys are connected at a soul level. And if you're not together in the third dimensional world because he is in fact clearing these things and working on these things and needing to come to his own realizations and his own timing, then the thing is you've got to make a sacrifice. It's a sacrificial state right now. The sacrifice that you make for even being a part of this twin flame journey. I mean, I even hate to use the word sacrifice because that's basically saying that you're sacrificing. You're like putting it out into the universe that you're sacrificing. It's so difficult. It's not the kind of sacrifice that I'm talking about. It's about looking at things from a different perspective and not looking at it as a sacrifice, I guess, anymore. Looking at it as this is just kind of how things have to be. You're going to do your thing. He's going to do his thing. And in divine timing, it's going to come back together. Okay, so this is the very end of the reading. I know that was very long, you guys. So sorry if anybody was just like, oh my God, that was so long. Oh, okay. This one was a special message. Okay, so how are we doing this here? Okay, yes. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So what we have here is the very last position. This is called the mistletoe. What's your good fortune? What is the good fortune for the divine masculine? Angel of pleasure. Now I know what some of you guys are thinking. You know, if he's not with you, then do you really want him having pleasure with anybody else? Just get out of your head right now with that one. It says take pleasure in the things that you do. So truly try not to concentrate on the fact that he's going to be having pleasure with somebody else in 2018. Really try to concentrate on that he's going to take great pleasure in what he is doing in his life. So if he hasn't been happy with his career, or he just hasn't been happy with who he's been, he's going to start waking up to feeling more pleasurable when it comes to life. He's just going to feel better. And because he's going to feel so much better, he's actually going to create more abundance in his life, because he's allowing these good feelings to flow now. Because the thing is, be yourself around others. He hasn't been able to be himself. You know, I'm not even going to read it because I don't really think that I need to even go into that. Just be yourself around others. He hasn't been able to be his true authentic self. This came up earlier in the reading, and it comes up a lot for the divine masculine. So once he's able to be his true authentic self, he can finally be happy and do the things that he wants to do, the things that make him freaking happy. And once he gets into that energy, he creates abundance. He creates and draws things to him that are more pleasurable than before. Okay? So his path for 2018 isn't necessarily all doom and gloom. I do see some inner soul work that's going to be done, and he is going to definitely be, working with his shadow self for sure. But he's also going to start feeling a lot better as well, because he's going to be clearing a lot of those blocks too. For the divine feminine here, the angel of abundance. I love that you guys both share this here. Angel of abundance. It says a steady flow of abundance is about to manifest. Wow. And then I love this one too, because it coincided with it. Manifest your true intentions. Again, it's about being very clear about what your intentions are. It's about being very clear about what you're saying, thinking, all those things. It all matters. Success and trust that all will work out. Whether that's with her career or the divine masculine, it doesn't matter. She has trust that this is going to work out. So it will. And I love this card. Though you may be physically apart spiritually, you are always together. Love transcends time and space. Nothing is missing. Now I love this card when it comes up, because it's that confirmation that the 3D is it's just an illusion. You're not in separation. In 3D, I know it seems that way, but you're not. You are spiritually together, even though you are physically apart in the 3D. So try to wrap your heads around that. That is just that feeling, just that's something that should be a feeling of comfort for some of you. Not to get caught up in the 3D, not to get caught up in the separation, just to realize that this is an eternal connection. And even though you're physically not together, you're spiritually still very much together. So trust in that. Pull that abundance to yourself. Success, trust, all is going to work out. Okay? So that's what you're destined for. You're destined for abundance. You're destined for success. You're together right now with your twin flame. You're putting your intentions out there, and boy, are they going to manifest. He's going to start being more authentic to his true self, which in fact is going to create more abundance and pleasure in his life. And the very last card that I wanted to ask, Spirit, just close this up with the beautiful message, a gift for 2018. Goddess of oneness. It couldn't have been a better card. This says, someone you love is thinking fondly of you at this moment. Wow. So this is the thing. I think for some divine feminines out there, and because I'm a divine feminine, I'm going to, of course, speak, for myself. We get caught up in the fact that, our divine masculine, he's living his life. He's with somebody else, whatever the deal is, okay? He left. He could care less, all these things. We get so caught up in those feelings. that we don't even think for a second that maybe at some point or another that they do think of us. That right there is that confirmation that someone is thinking of you at this very moment. Okay. Now, yes, of course, we're thinking of our divine masculine, so that goes for him as well. But to me, that was a blessing and that was a gift from the divine to say to you divine feminines out there that your divine masculine, even if he's not thinking about you, you know, tomorrow, maybe if he didn't think about you yesterday, he's thinking about you in this very moment. And so that was just something I wanted to close with for you guys. So anyways, I know that was really long. An hour and 18 minutes. Oh my God. It's going to take forever. It's going to take days to upload to YouTube, but whatever. Anyways, I hope that you guys really enjoyed this reading and this video. I just wanted to kind of give this to you guys as a gift before the holidays, just something that was just very deep and meaningful. I hope you guys got something from this and that you feel some sense of hope for 2018, because I'm telling you, divine feminines and divine masculines, there's definitely something to be hopeful for. So anyways, happy holidays, you guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday, and I will, of course, I'm going to do another reading for 2018, but I just wanted to say happy holidays. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Have a great day.